with regards to Teddy's own goals, and we're going to go through a process here. We've already previously discussed this, but we're just going to give you a quick overview of how he's going to set up his goals to be more likely to get to his goal and be successful with it. So the first thing we're going to discuss is making a specific goal. So straight off the bat, what would you say your goal is right now with regards to nutrition, body composition, and health?
85 kilos in body weight anyway would be right up in the top of the list.
Yeah.
Need to get back to my former self in regards to conditioning. Strength isn't overly bad, but my engine is definitely shot in comparison to what it was.
Perfect.
Like I don't think I'll ever get back there just because of the amount of training that's required to get there, but I'd like to get maybe 70 or 80% of the way and focus the other 30% of the time then on mobility.
Nice one. So overall weight loss or goal weight is 85 kilos. You're currently...
I was, before starting with you, that was 3 weeks ago, was it?
90s. Yeah,
95.8 kilos. And there was a time just before Christmas, I think I clocked up over that 100, which is definitely a weight that I thought I'd never see again. I did once upon a time when I was in my early 20s. What I'd done to never go back there, which I thought I wouldn't, was basically I fucked out all the clothes, all my 100 kilo clothes.
All the big ones.
Once I got down below kind of 90, all them clothes were gone. So then I had my kind of 32-inch waist pants.
Oh, you'd have that at expense if you got back there as well, like, I suppose.
Yeah. I had to buy a new wardrobe or else wear tracksuit pants all the time.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So overall goal is to reach 85 kilos, be strong, be fit, be healthy. So that's our specific goal, and I suppose that's the first step. Make a specific goal. If Teddy just came in and said, I just want to lose weight, that won't be specific enough to set out a strategy or set out a plan. The next step we're going to go into is how we're going to measure if he's getting towards his goal and how his progress is going. So the ways that we've been doing that is I've given Teddy an Excel sheet to log his weight and log his food intake. Currently we're using the strategy of tracking kind of calories and macronutrients. How do you find that?
Good. All in all, I definitely need to improve.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a daily habit, an any habit, I suppose, whether it's good or bad. It takes time. Like you settle into it, and I'm tracking more consistently, I suppose, than I was in week one.
Yeah. So but it's a bit of progress, not perfect.
It's not perfect, but it's getting there.
So what we're measuring is we're measuring his weight, we're measuring his food intake. We're going for basically body composition measurements, which are going to be pictures, measurements, weight, and we're also going for physiological and psychological measurements. So that being, how is Teddy sleeping? How is his mood? How is his energy? Obviously, if we're getting the desired result with body composition, but he's got very poor sleep, very poor energy, feeling just poor overall, then something has to change there as well. Weight loss and changed body composition isn't everything. There's a hell of a lot more to it than that. So it's very good to have a number of different measurements so that you can go from all angles and take a really integrated approach, I suppose, to measuring if we're getting towards that goal safely and in a healthy manner. That sound good?
Yeah, definitely.
And what we do is Teddy basically checks in with me every week, give me a summary of how all that is going.
Yeah, and we're down. I'm down to lose 0.5 kilos. 0.5
kilos a week is our goal. So initially he had a big drop. This can be quite common with people. I think he would have nearly 2 kilos in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
This is quite common, and people kind of get I suppose disheartened after the initial drop that plateaus a bit. But I've already explained to Teddy that this is quite common because just due to the shock of the system, getting a bit of routine into the diet and going from something quite poor to something pretty decent, you're going to have that quick initial drop. Whether that be water weight, glycogen, stuff like that.
And I suppose from past experiences with weight loss, I've adopted kind of a 100% paleo approach, which basically restricted, I suppose, my whole life really. It makes everything that bit harder in regards to eating out, or just, you basically have to prep everything, morning, noon and night. Everything has to be accounted for, and it just rules out that kind of fun factor of life really, you know, your couple of pints or your dessert or whatever else like that. I did have massive weight loss on it, felt pretty good, but at the end of the day I'm back up weight. I'm back to basically square one, I suppose. So definitely this is a better approach, as far as I'm concerned now anyway, because I still like going down to the pub, meeting up with the lads, having a couple of pints, and I don't want to be kind of scouring through menus when I'm out with friends or whatever, just looking for gluten-free options or lactose-free this and all this kind of crack. So it just gives me a bit more freedom, and hopefully the test of time will maintain.
Yeah, so just a more sustainable approach really. And what I discussed with Teddy when we started off was kind of that nutrition is meant to aid his life, and nutrition should be built around his lifestyle rather than trying to fit yourself into a system. So it has to go all the way around. The next thing we're going to discuss then is action oriented. So we need to make sure we're applying actions to our goals. So I suppose the first off, we've got Teddy on a nutrition plan. He's going for 12 weeks and we'll go from there then. And he's put an exercise strategy in place to help that weight loss as well. So there he's made actions to achieve his goal. Then we are looking at, is it realistic? So what was your goal again when you came to me first? You were saying you were going on holidays and you wanted to get down to 80 kilos?
80 kilos, yeah.
In 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So that was a 15 kilo drop Teddy initially wanted within the 12 weeks.
And you told me forget about it.
I told him forget about it, it's not going to happen. It is possible, but it's not going to be maintainable. It's going to be a very shitty 12 weeks.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I suppose, again, from past diets, and a lot of people would have been on some kind of fad diet, and they lose, maybe, like I went on paleo and I've literally lost 7 kilos in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And, you feel absolutely fucking fantastic. Like, if you'd be looking to any chance fucking to catch your reflection by, you think you're the sexiest bastard alive.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it found its way back on.
Yeah.
So consistency and
slow and
patience.
steady always wins, basically.
Yeah. So,
slow and steady. So now we have that target of half a kilo a week, rather than over a kilo a week, because it's very important that we go slow and steady at the start, so we always have room to improve. You can go more aggressive with regards to calorie deficits, so eating less, and the results are going to happen. We're just doing it in a safer manner, preserving muscle mass, keeping performance up, keeping energy levels up, so that Teddy's not going to be a zombie there for the next 12 weeks, which is pretty important for his line of work.
Definitely.
And I suppose we're being realistic with your goals as well. As you're not setting yourself up for failure. If we didn't have this discussion and 12 weeks passed and Teddy had lost 6 kilos, which is a fantastic weight loss for 12 weeks, he'd be very disappointed, even though he got extremely good results. This is just going to make him kind of really disheartened and probably give up, because if you set a goal that's unrealistic, it's more than likely that if you're not going to get there, and when this does happen, you're going to, I suppose, rebound worse than you were before. And so it's really important we did discuss that and set out initial targets at the start, which you should all be doing too. Last point then is making it time bound. So I suppose we pretty much already discussed that. Our short-term goal is this 12 weeks. Once we get to the end of this 12 weeks, we'll reassess where we're at. So our goal is around the 6 kilo mark.
Yeah.
For a 12 week, doing everything in a healthy manner.
And I'm on schedule. And
yeah, exactly.
Like, I suppose to date I've went from 95.8 down to a weight today of 92.5.
Yeah.
So that's 3.3 kilos, which roughly maybe about 7 pounds. So not bad. Shane would suggest that that's maybe a bit too aggressive. So what I can do there is basically ramp up the calories. Now again, that idea for eating more is something that just flies straight over people's heads when it comes to weight loss. But at the end of the day, as Shane will tell you, and as I know myself, you have to eat to lose weight. It's just all about, I suppose, eating the right stuff and creating good habits as opposed to bad.
Yeah, and that's a huge part of this 12 weeks as well, is creating good eating habits, good eating patterns, and a good relationship with your food, so that you can keep this sustainable, not being anywhere restrictive, and always be thinking long term. Every approach we're going to use in the next 12 weeks, I've asked Teddy, can you imagine yourself doing this for the foreseeable future? If his answer is no, we are going to change it, besides for maybe the odd things that are just a learning tool. And that's something that's really important, because nutrition is for life, not just 12 weeks. So we want to be looking kind of way down the line as well.
Yeah,
that's
that
good.
sounds good. And folks, myself and Shane are just going to keep you informed, I suppose, as I go. I suppose a nice little, having this is accountability too for me, which I suppose some of you may not have. Well, you could go online with your weight loss journey, but that's obviously entirely up to you. But what Shane has also done with me in regards to my tracking, if any part of my kind of what would you say, rules and regulations, or second, if I don't...
Teddy doesn't do what I say, he's got to do 100 burpees.
There you go, 100 burpees, folks, and yeah, everybody hates burpees, so I actually owe Shane 100 burpees already.
Yeah.
And that is just down to basically not being spot on with tracking my calories. So not using my fitness pal has cost me 100 burpees.
Yeah. And this is something that Teddy agreed with at the start, just in case.
I actually suggested it. Okay, so
His
yeah, Shane's not going to be doing it.
I don't do this with everyone. Like
100 burpees. So that was, as Shane said, I just told him if I'm out of line, give me 100 burpees. That won't be long putting me back into line.
So we go get them burpees now, son.
Oh shit.
Straight to it.
You serious?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you recording everything?
I'll just do the start. And we're a bit warm as well, we're just after a workout, so he won't be pulling any muscles or anything like that. Will you miss the check-in again? Not a chance. Come on.